but that's the state of the nature of the environment, and you just stay safe and use this opportunity, guys, working from home. Use this opportunity to learn a trade. This is an opportunity that everybody wants. It's like, everybody's been wishing for the weekend to never be over. The weekend has not been over for the past 2 months now, right, guys? We are quarantined at home, so this is your weekend. People are, oh man, why is the weekend only 2 days? Now the country just gave you a month or 2 months or even 3 month weekend. So use this time. There's only so much eating chips and Netflix you can watch, right? So take advantage. So I've actually started trading a lot better than I used to, because I've not been drinking, I've not been going out. I have no other reason but to work and study, and I've been trading for 20 years and I'm still studying and working and trying to improve myself. So, so I'm using this as an opportunity for me to say, oh shit, man, I'm not going out. What the hell am I going to do? I'm going to try to better myself. So I've just been fatter, but in terms of my organs, it's been good. Besides my fat liver, I am foie gras, man. I'm the human foie gras right now. They stuff a tube down my throat because there's nothing for me to do except. So trading has actually kept me alive in terms of not dying of obesity. Because when I'm trading, I don't eat. I just drink my tea. But then when the trading day is over, I'm like, all I do is I binge eat because there's nothing else to do. But guys, if you have any questions about trading or MIC or anything like that, hit up Tosh. Tosh will give you this text number. It's a text-free only number, guys. Okay, so any questions you have, just hit up Tosh, man. This is like the stock crisis hotline. So use this opportunity, and we know that people are short on money. That's why I ask all these questions and stuff. So I don't want to disclose like a public thing, but we're offering some great deals right now for those that are in need. So it doesn't hurt to text Tosh and tell them your situation and see what we could do. Unfortunately, we can't give for free because that would not be fair for the paying customers. Okay, so that's what it is. But we can give some sort of like relief discount. I don't want to talk too much about that shit, but I'm here to talk about. What am I here to talk about, Alex? So today's actually going to be a good day. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to talk quickly about the trades this morning, and I'm going to bring a very special guest. It's a female trader that joined with MIC just not too long ago, just a couple of months ago. And I don't think she had a red day yet. Knock on wood. I just jinxed you. I'm sorry. Fei Yu, I just jinxed you. I hope I didn't jinx you. But she's just been super disciplined. So she will tell you how she's able to do it. I'm very surprised. People did not believe that she's real. But I've been tracking her pretty much. We talk pretty much like all the time. Because, I'm accessible in the chat room. People can talk to me. So when I see all these people asking these questions online, I'm like, why don't we just join and ask these questions, as many questions as you want for all of us, right? So the theme of the whole entire market, in my opinion, is this, is to stay safe. Just like the coronavirus, guys, just stay safe. When times of turbulence and volatility comes, if you're going to go gung-ho and gamble, you're either going to make money, dumb luck money, or you're gonna go broke. So at these times, people go, oh shit, I want to take advantage of the situation. But in order to take advantage, you have to learn first. So people want to jump into trading. They go, oh, I'm gonna become like Alex. I'm gonna become the next Alex right away. But you know what, man? That takes education, guys. This is the perfect time to learn. You learn for a few months a skill that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. This is to me, this is kind of like it's as horrible as it may seem. Out of turmoil and chaos, it comes great things, man. Out of every recession, out of every disaster, comes great things. We are now wiser. We understand what's going on. We appreciate life. Holy crap! Just walking outside is like a blessing right now, right? Going grocery shopping. Holy cow, we took that for granted. Now the grocery shopping is like clubbing. People are dressing up, looking nice, but wearing a mask, right? So we just missed just human interaction. I'll be getting calls and text messages from strange, like my old friends. I haven't heard them in a long time. How you doing, Bal? Because they've exhausted going through their list and they don't know what to do, right? So you kind of appreciate your just being alive. These are the things that Americans take for granted all the time that other countries, like, I'm from a third world country. I came from Asia, Vietnam, and just being able to, like, remember when the wildfire came in California and the flames? My God, we took breathing in California for granted. Now we have clean air. Now we just take, going out for granted. But anyways, I'm not going to get there. So the point of this is, guys, use this time wisely. You can either use this time to get drunk, or you can use this to learn something, right? And even I, who love drinking and drinks all the time, is using this time wisely. But anyways, we are blessed, guys, and that's why we are all here and very fortunate to be able to walk around with me, and so I appreciate that, guys. So, how do you stay safe? How do you make money in this market? I don't want to jinx myself. I'm not going to tell you how many days of green I've been streaked, but the guys, you can pretty much tell. Take a look at my chart. You can tell when I'm up or down. When I'm down, I usually tell you anyway, so, I don't shy from losses like that because we learn something from it. For me, it's business as usual. So what I did was all I've been doing is this, guys. I've just been sizing down because the range is so big. I've been sizing down and letting the stock work. I've been more patient. I've been waiting for my entries because there's so many plays. So take a look at today's plays I posted. Those are just a fraction of the things I post. We warn the room. So it got to the point where the members are actually trading a lot better than I am, I think, too. So get to the discussion of this. Okay, I want to cut to the chase because we do all of these videos, guys. You guys can go back in the past and see all the things we talk about. But we're going to talk about how do you identify a short squeeze, how do you identify getting trapped, and how do you profit from it from a short side and a long side. So stock DPW. This morning, DPW, it's like, that was one of the only things I ran besides AKER. Okay? I did a good job at just avoiding AKER to begin with. AKER, I took some trades for gains in the morning. When I realized that the stock held VWAP, I stopped. I stopped very early on and made my money. I was like, dude, this thing is not going to go down. And then sure enough, it spiked up. Now I want to talk about DPW. Because DPW, I warned in the room all day long. Be careful. Be careful. Even though it's way underneath VWAP, it tanked. Because of this. Float rotation. As a small cap trader, one of the most important characteristics of a trade is knowing how much has been traded. This is called liquidity. You can call it supply, demand, whatever the hell you want to call it, okay? It's a very simple thing. I looked up the float, and I'm seeing, holy crap, this stock has heavy rotation. It's very weird. And then I look at the 1 year chart, and I see DPW ran to like $20 or something, right? So it's a known manipulated stock. And then I'm looking at the chart, like, there's hardly any meat on this. Even if I short this, how much are going to make? 10 cents? And so the moment I saw that it held VWAP, I took my money. It wasn't much because I didn't trade much of it. It was starter positions and stuff. I posted those charts on Twitter. But the fact that these rules, they may not work all the time. Remember, these are rules of thumb. And I'm telling the guys in the room, what these rules are is like a fence. Each rule is like a fence around your trading account, preventing monsters from coming and eating up your account. And each time that you have a rule in place and you obey the rule, it sets up a fence around your account. So the monster needs to come up and jump all these fences. If you don't have any fucking rules, the monster, you're basically living in an unprotected account, right? You're leaving your account open. That's basically risk management. So we have all these rules. One rule that we have is this. We have the zombie rule. We have the max loss rule. That's the ultimate rule, guys, to save your account. We have a hard stop stuff. And then I have this rule I keep telling everybody. Low float rotation. Okay? That basically, when you see a low float stock that has his stock rotated, there's always a chance for being a zombie move out of nowhere. But how do you recognize and profit from that? We have this strategy for long bias traders, guys. there's a couple of strategies that's working very well in these markets. One is the first bounce, which is a big technical bounce off of a big retracement. And dude, these things happen in like 30 seconds. So, you know, you're in, you're out, you're done. And we teach you exactly how to get it. Same thing. And we have this for longs. It's called the VWAP reclaim. DPW was a VWAP reclaim. So if you have a bunch of these rules stacked up, you know, and each time the stock is breaking one of these rules, a light should go on. Okay? So if you're short, boom, don't touch it. If you're long, you go, whoa. Those are rules that are bad for shorts. Therefore, they're going to be good for longs. And so take a look at them to see if they are working or not. So DPW started up above the volume weighted average price, went down under VWAP, and then kind of consolidated, trapped a ton of people. And another trick to look at is how many short locate shares are available. We call those like easy to borrow. So when people say something is easy to borrow, it means you can short as many shares as you want. So this morning I'm like, okay, trying to locate how many shares of DPW. And I'm looking at this thing, I'm seeing like 200,000 shares, 300,000 shares for pretty much free, guys. Like 0025, 003, 005, which is basically almost free for locates. In actuality, Cobra gave them to me for free, 10,000 shares, I think. I forgot, but it was something really cheap. So I'm like, dude, the float's 3 million shares, and there's 10% of the float available for retail to locate to short. So I'm like, holy crap, what's going on? So there's a couple ways that these manipulators trap shorts. Okay, one way is through the shares, like I told you. They flood the market with cheaply available short locates. They go, so what they do is they give all these shares, because what happens is they probably deposit, I don't know how to do it, I don't want to get into the speculation of that, but the fact that they make available an obscene amount of shares for you to get trapped. And so you imagine 10% now is fucking short. And this is a low float. Like most of us, so we have this rule where, like if I can come in and buy most of the company out, you shouldn't be fucking like holding this shit overnight. You should not be all in. You should be very scared. Because any rich guy could come in, not even rich, dude, a guy, on a 3 million float, $2 stock, you only need 6 million. With leverage, you only need 2 million. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't take much for you someone to manipulate and buy the whole thing out. That's one way they trick. The second way is I always look at SSR. Before they do a lot of these moves, these companies, they take the stock the day before on purpose. So it triggers SSR. It makes shorting much harder. In this case, there was no SSR, but there was cheaply available locates. Just because it's not easy to borrow doesn't mean that it's not easy to borrow. Okay? The fact that it's so cheap, man, like in the millis of a cent, like 003, 002, basically it's free. Okay, so when you see those type of things, you wonder how the hell that's available. Some of these stocks I can't even get like 1,000 shares to locate, but this guy's giving this shit for free. Why the hell is going on? So I always check those two things. So put that part of your checklist. SSR. Some of these big moves are like, it's weird. Why all these stocks SSR? How do they know this tanked it the day before? Because they manipulated. They set it up. There's someone setting shit like this up beforehand. Okay, so knowing that doesn't mean that it will work. Doesn't mean that they will squeeze it. But using that information, couple it with the fact of the strategy that MIC teaches. One of the strategies is VWAP reclaim. So what they like to do is they try to pretend that the stock is weak. Like DPW. Pull up the chart of DPW. They make it look pretty weak, man. You're like, holy crap, this thing is an all-day fader. I'm going to hold this shit and make money. Because they screw you up on the FOMO. Because it used to be 160, then 150, 140, now 130, 120. Holy God, dude! I'm like, please bounce, let me in. So so basically, it fucks up traders that are emotionally have FOMO, which is basically the beginners. The beginners get wiped out, including the experts, because the experts are pissed off because there's nothing else to trade. DPW happens to be the hot chick of the day. There's nothing really moving besides that and AKER, and no one wants to touch AKER on the short side. but they just want to make their paycheck a couple $1,000 on DPW. And you know what happens? This is the thought process. Should I hit at 150? Damn, it's 140. Should I hit at 140? Damn, it's 130. Please go back up. Oh shit, it's 120. Please go back up. I'm gonna put my whole entire account in, because you know what, man? Bounce says to fucking short the bounce. It's a broken chart. It's a broken chart. Sure, it is a broken chart until it's not broken. And this is how you know when the chart becomes fixed, not broken anymore. When it does a VWAP reclaim on a low floater coming from the way bottom, because it creates a domino effect of all the stops getting stopped out. That makes sense, guys? So the moment that, so it used to be the longs underwater, and if the shorts are underwater, they cover. So that magical point is called the VWAP, volume weighted average price. That's where all the shares are being bought and sold on the average. And if it goes over that, from going way down, from red to green, ding, 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 something's going fucking on. And remember, this is a low float. So it's very difficult to cover, because some guy that manipulated it up owns all the shares. So they're not going to put all these offers out. But if it's not rotated yet, I would not be as scared. So stocks like PSTI, I was ready to load the fuck out of that stock. Okay? Because the stock was broken. I'm looking at the float. The float is not rotated. Even though PSTI is a very cheap locate, the float determines in the small cap world whether or not you're gonna get your fucking ass pounded and squeezed, okay? like a toilet paper roll, right? So knowing that, guys, you can profit as a long. And one of the guys in the room showed me a chart. I posted the chart. Flash, great job, brother. You know, him and his tab group, I know who his tab group is. They've been focused on VWAP reclaims on these low floaters all the time. The moment that the low floaters cross the VWAP and they maintain it, boom, they get in long. And surely enough, it ran up to like 180, right? Holy crap. Once it I mean, that's a big move, man. That's like a 50-cent move. And knowing that bit of information, I put a fence around my account and I stopped trading it short side. Just because, I don't have to trade on the long side, just because of the fact that I did not lose. There's a win for me as a short seller. Remember, guys, you don't have to trade every stock. But knowing information for you to avoid death, is a win. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it short on this. I'm going to bring up, where's Faye at, man? I want to talk to her, because this is a very good story. Because, hey, Faye, raise your hand. Because a lot of you guys are new, guys, to trading. And you go, where the hell did I get started? So before she brings on, I'm going to talk about the DVD that we're creating. So trading is very, there's a lot of stuff to learn, to be honest. And you don't know where to start. So we created a revolutionary DVD, which is right now in beta testing, about to be released. And this is going to be available. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. It's a 7-hour DVD it's like an accelerator DVD. Basically, from knowing nothing about stocks. The intention was to be able to give it to my mom, and if she can trade by the end of the DVD within the 7 hours, we achieve success. Doesn't mean that you're gonna be a good trader, but the fact is, it's a jump start. It's an accelerator, right? It'll bootstrap you and get you started, and then it's so well done, man. And people, I can't wait for it to be released, guys. And for a limited time, when we release it, we're gonna give it all for free for annual and lifetime. Okay, so if you're waiting for that DVD, you don't need to wait. You can join up as an annual, and when it comes released, we'll give it to you. Or if you do a lifetime now, you get the pre-release, which is the beta. So they're beta testing it. All right, where's Faye? Miss Faye here. I think she put on her makeup, right? Text Toss for more information about the DVD. Hey, welcome. I haven't seen you. This is the first time we've seen each other.
Yep.
All right, so tell everybody who you are and all that good stuff.
I'm Faye, and I joined MSC January 31st. It's pretty early, and I didn't trade for the first week. I just watched a whole bunch of videos, pretty much the whole week. I didn't do really anything, just watch the videos. Then I started to trade the second week. I tried a few different strategies because MSC teach different things. So I tried pretty much every type of thing, like first bounce, first red day, low hanging fruit, everything. And I learned that I'm not really good at first bounce, so I just stopped doing that. And I think to me, the first red day setup and the low hanging fruit are the best for me. So I just keep doing that one.
So let me reiterate what she just said. She joined 2 months ago.
Yeah,
The first thing she did was she watched the videos. So you notice what the commonality between everybody that's successful is. They educate themselves first before they start trading with live real money. You know, why are you, it's like trying, if you're an engineer, you don't just build a bridge right away. You have to learn how to build a bridge and go to class. Otherwise the bridge will fall down. So that's the great thing that I noticed that you did. You kept telling me that you used the quarantine time to watch all the videos, and you're like,
yeah.
can I watch more videos?
And I think I watched because I'm a lifetime member, so I watched that 7 hour video already, and that's really, really fucking good.
Okay. The one
And
that's, oh yeah, the beta testing. Okay, that's good. And you know what she's doing. She's actually now like, like she knows what she's doing, but she's still watching these videos. That's the thing. Education never stops, guys.
I think the good point of watching those videos, it's more like I start to learn what I don't know. Because when I started, I know I don't know, but I don't know like where I should learn, what I should learn. And by watching those videos, like I take notes, I pause the video, and if there's something not clear, I just go back to the video library and search for whatever I don't know. That's how
Did
I learn.
you did you have experience trading before?
Other than swing some Microsoft, Tesla, I didn't know
So
anything about
gambling,
trading.
gambling. So
Yeah, basically.
yeah, yeah. So this is your first real actual attempt at day trading.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty lucky. I never joined any like chat room or anything like that. I think the reason why I joined MSC is because you posted like the $250 a day is 50K a year. And to me, like I'm making good salary. I'm still working from home, getting full salary. It's like, why not 25 $250 a day, 50K a year? Why not, right?
Yep, that's the thing. People think that they need to make $1 million, but if you could just make a couple $100, it adds up. And so so they ask you so when you started to trade, you were using smaller size and you were making what, a couple $100?
So I start with 100 share.
100 shares.
Yep. And that's how I tested like what method works for me with 100 share.
Yep, that's great advice. You have to start small, guys, so that you can get comfortable and become consistent first. And then later on you start to move up. How does that work? So tell people how you actually tell us the process of education to learn to get to where you are today.
So basically I started with 100 share, try different way of trading. And then I feel pretty comfortable with one way, like the first red setup and the low hanging fruit. And I watched a lot more videos about those. I watched your live trading videos, and also I practiced drawing my lines. So at first, my lines was like far off from whatever you guys post. Like that kind of frustrated me. So I went back to watch video again. I didn't trade for like 2, 3 days because my lines were so off. And then after practice, like watching your previous video, and I draw those lines as well to practice. And also, like, even I don't trade, I still watch your watch list, then compare my lines with like the next day Alex line. And
That's
that's how my lines start to look legit, like very close, like few cents off. And
so so let me ask you. So people want to know, like, so my gosh, like, is it true that you can actually do this? So I was talking to Faye a lot because people don't believe that you can just do this. The reason why, in my opinion, is this. They start out with not many bad habits like we do. If you learn from someone else, you have to unlearn a lot of that bad habits. So what she did well was she put her ego behind. She started to watch the videos, draw the lines, figure this stuff out. Didn't even trade for a few days. Go back to trading 100 shares. It's a reiterative process. It's like an engineering process, which is, you are an engineer, right? So that's why.
yeah,
Uh, and so how has you been performing? I think people want to know that. This is really impressive, man. I've never seen this.
So
And
I haven't had any red days so far. Like there were a few days I didn't trade, so zero again. But I kind of like practiced my lines and I kind of set up my plan. I just didn't do it. So that's 0 day.
wow,
And I think
how many shares have you been moving up? So where are you at right now?
right now I'm doing 2,500 to 3,000.
And
And
she's been averaging one a day now. I mean, hey, you can brag. I'm telling you, this is a great motivation for everybody.
so my average has been almost $2,000 a day.
Yeah, I remember
And
you went over 10,000 one time. I remember that's how that's why I heard about you. Right? You text me. You're so happy.
I think my highest day was like 7,600 or something. And I had like 2 or 3 days above 5,000.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
So
very good.
I'm
I'm gonna give
basically double my actual salary at this point.
you. And tell everybody the process because what you told me the other day was great. You
So
say if it doesn't, go ahead.
so what I do is I have order lines. I have fantasy order like you taught. And if it hit, it hit. If it doesn't, then I'll just don't trade. Because there are a lot more stocks out there I can take a look. I don't have to force a trade.
Like I always tell people, man, the best traders are not necessarily the most smart, is the most disciplined. If you're the most disciplined, which Faye is, oh my God, knows what she's doing. If her orders don't hit, she doesn't have to trade. There are
And
days where she didn't trade. I mean, that's the thing that you as an individual have to understand. You know, the losses are coming because of lack of discipline.
I know I'm not very experienced, so I give myself a hard rule is I don't trade front side short. That's not something I think I'm capable of doing at this point. But I think as I get more experience or more like comfortable with my process, I might try, but start to try with 100 share again.
Let me tell you something. That stuff, even for the experts, they blow up because what you're doing is very good right now. I would love for you to just not touch the front side ever until your bankroll is so big where you can throw away money.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I'm saying like even if I try, it will be 100 share again.
how are you handling risk management and stops and all that?
So I know my brain capacity is pretty low, so I can only focus like 2 or 3 tickers a day. And for those ones, I do 20%. I know Alex says like 30% for front side, but even for back side, because I'm trading 2 or 3, I still start with like low. And also for me, I really like recycle because that saves me a lot of locate fee. It's like the other day I traded like a DTSS for like 6 times, and that's when I made that
Oh wow,
$6,800 that day.
that's amazing. Are you using hard stops, mental stops combo?
Yeah, I used hard stop. That's why like I can walk away. So basically, after I put my order, I put my stop,
Wow.
and I don't want to get frustrated. So and I have day job, so I basically went back to my work desk, stay away from the trading computer for a little. If it hits, it hits, and if hits, then go to my stop. Then I don't lose much.
Wow, that's the secret, guys, because she's putting these hard stops, walked away, no stress. And this is the discipline. Oh my God, that's amazing. How are you finding these stocks in the beginning? Tell us the process when you wake up, you log on, tell us all that. How are you finding and identifying which stocks to trade?
One is from the previous day, the hot check round, and then another one is like you and Alex and other moderators. You guys post the watch list. And another thing I'm trying to improve is I'm trying to find my own watch list. And
So that's exactly right. Yep. You
yeah,
use the watch as a guide. Now that
yeah,
yep.
it doesn't mean like whatever I will have to trade, whatever you post it on watch list. It's still like I need to look at the pre-market volume, and I also need to look at if there's any like news or PR or offering that can just mess up with my trading plan.
Do you have any scanners?
I don't use scanners.
Good. That's the perfect answer. That's why we tell everybody. All these guys are using scanners. Throw that away. Use that money to join because there's really scanners won't teach you what to trade. They just give you a generic list. And if you're a beginning trader, you're gonna pick the wrong stock. So I keep telling someone, picking the right stock to trade, half of the effort is gone. You know exactly, which one's the easier to trade and which one's to avoid. Let me ask you this: what are you? So now that you are comfortable, what do you guys what are you thinking on what you can improve on, or what are you trying to work on, or what is your goal?
So for me, is I'm still practicing my process of the low hanging fruit and first red day setup. Because I know that's the one I'm more comfortable with and I have less stress about. I want to size up that way a little bit until like I think basically 9 out of 10 I can profit, or if I can constantly profit for like maybe 6 months, I will start to learn more other method, but still with very small share to practice until I'm more comfortable. Like I don't really during this quarantine time with the virus, I don't trade large cap. I don't want to really touch it because for me it's like I can't predict the market direction, and most of large cap follow that direction.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
I'm
small caps are it's a big edge if you know what you're doing because most of it is a scam, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
basically like you said, at the end of the day, they're just all garbage.
Yep. You just need to survive and have discipline until it's your time. So let me ask you: tell everybody, how do you level up on size? People always want to know. Okay, you started with 100 shares. How do you know when to go to 200 or 500 to 1,000? Now you're at 2,500. So tell everybody how you did that. What is your process?
So at the beginning, I sized up a little bit faster from like 100 share to 500 share. It took me like a few days. And now because I have a larger size, so my goal is to, if I can constantly profit for 3 months to a month, 3 weeks to a month, I will set up another 500 shares. That's my plan.
You see everybody how she's doing it. She's leveling up very slowly, very methodically. She has a process. And the reason why she's successful is because she has this process. She's doing the same thing pretty much every day, right? You're like a robot right now, right?
Yeah, I only short the one. I think I'm confident and I have no stress or very little stress. That's one thing I really care about the process. It's I don't want to stress myself. I don't want to sit in front of a trading computer, watch the chart all day.
This is awesome. Anybody have any questions for her?
And I
Uh,
think the like timing rule is very magical. It's like
okay,
every
explain the
day I
timing
just
rule. Explain the timing rule and how that helped you.
yeah, it's like I only short like between zombie hour starts. Basically, I stop shorting around 10:20. Then I go back to my work, and at that point, like all of them are pretty much out. So I just go back to work, and until like 1:45, because I'm not very good with long, so I don't really look in zombie hour.
Tell everybody, how do you figure your entries and your exits?
So there's a calculator that we have. So I use the lines to put the line like a few lines like inner or outer lines, then put in the calculator to see how much is my risk, how much is my reward. And I use lines to calculate that, then decide.
This is the MIC calculator that's available in the video library. Is this the Joe Kelly one?
Yeah, that's just that spreadsheet. That's just the spreadsheet, but it's very useful. I use that every day.
Oh wow! So it works. So basically, the stuff that we're teaching will work if you follow it. And you know what? I congratulate you. I envy you. You have so much discipline. I lack. I don't want to be racist or anything, but I'm not racist, but sexist. Because I'm a guy. Guys tend to be more aggressive, and so I'm always like, and you're so calm. And it's that calming feeling that I admire, that I've been trying every day to emulate from you. So if anybody out there, guys, thinking that you know that you need to be aggressive, highly like crazy person, no. the best traders are the ones that listen. Like Fei Yu is here, I admire that. Very calm, very methodical, very processed. And this is the beauty of MIC, guys. I'm learning every day from people like her. Oh my
I'm
God, that's why I'm
basically
asking.
just applying everything you said. Like even sometimes you don't obey that rule,
I, I'm horrible. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm horrible. I have no discipline.
but I
So,
do.
so there's two things. I have no discipline, but I still do very well. Imagine if I would apply your discipline. So I love it when I see you and you're like, holy, in another year, you're going to be better than all of us.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Anybody have questions for her? This is an extraordinary. Do you have a tab? Do you use a tab program?
I do, and we share some lines, and we share some trading program, like a trading process. And I think my tab is working on first bounce. And actually, I asked a lot of questions from him, like how does he do it, like why he does that way, because I'm still so bad at long actually.
So give a shout out to all your tabs. The name of. So give them say thank you. Who are the tabs again? I'm so sorry.
Kevin,
What are the names in the chat? Is there a name in the chat?
Kevin R, that's his name.
Okay. How
and
did
it
you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
and it's like sometimes I just feel better when I talk to him about my plan, and I get either confirmation or he's like, I don't think so. Then I will take a look more. And also sometimes he will like kind of remind me, maybe you should get out this one, or maybe like when he's long, he sees opportunity. So we're seeing like the opposite opportunity. So when he feels like he should get in, I feel like, okay, that's a warning. Maybe I should get out.
So how did you meet your tab? Did you go through Woody? I was just kind of curious how people
Yeah,
meet this.
he set me up with, so basically it's like based on our account size and our trading style. I think Woody. Yeah, that was Woody. Find me
Okay,
tab.
that's awesome. So all these programs, you see, guys, she took advantage of all. Did you do moderator calls or anything like that too?
Yeah, I called Harry because I wanted to know more about long, and I know he's only doing long. And I didn't call, but I texted like Tom, and I also texted like Ty. Ty is really good at swing, and I was interested in a few swing trading. So basically, I think the good thing about MIC is everybody has different style. So whatever you're interested or whatever you want to learn, you can find the one like fits your style.
Okay, so before I let you go, thank you. So when people join MIC, this is a problem I see a lot of them have. The first thing they do is they don't watch any videos. They don't read the email. They start messaging me about what is a line? Is this a good short? And so tell everybody, this is a secret, guys. This is a secret why she's so successful. She's not skipping steps. She's doing the actual work. So, can you summarize the steps when you join them and say what you did? You watch which videos, and you got a tab. Can you tell people the process that you use MIC?
So I start with the new trader orientation, so I know what library is talking about what. And I know I don't have any previous knowledge of trading, so I started with Joe Kelly's basic trading. And the first time I watched the first like 3 videos, I pretty much paused like every 5 minutes because I have no idea what he was talking about. So I just look up stuff on Google or in the MSC video library if they have like a deeper like explanation. So I actually have a notebook with full of my notes from those videos.
Well, that
That's
notebook's gonna be worth money. Everyone's like, "Can you give me your notebook?" No.
and
um,
and I think the tab is very helpful in the regards. He's watching video too, so we have different knowledge and we share notes.
does your tab trade kind of similar, or you guys
No,
do?
he started with similar, but now he went on the other side.
Okay, so that's even great. You see that, guys? You don't have to trade the same way. Sometimes knowing what the other side does, you can bounce back and forth
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah, that's what we do.
And that's amazing.
And then just start with small size. Like I didn't start with paper trading because I feel like the psychology when you're not using real money is different. You probably are a lot more calm, a lot more patient when you paper trade. So I just started with very tiny money.
Did you start under PVT?
No.
Okay, so you had a bigger account over, but you only used under shares.
Yeah. Because
That's
why
great.
do I throw money in when I don't know what's going on?
That's exactly right. So how much time did you think you spent studying behind, before all this? Did you use 8 hours, 5 hours a day? What did you do?
Uh, so when I do my day job, I basically put a video back on as like at the same time, I'm pretty good at multitasking. So I can listen to that and take notes while do my day job. I basically watch videos like first week I watch like 7, 8 hours a day.
How are the videos, by the way? Did you? I hope you didn't mind the cursing. I think I cursed a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
But that was good, entertaining. So this is an amazing thing. It's like, and you started watching the same video. This is the thing that people need to understand. You don't just watch the video one time. There's
No,
videos that you've watched many over time.
yeah, and it's like you get different things. Like the first time I was probably just learning what's a term, like what they're talking about. Then the second time I watch is more like how they apply the term, how they apply those methods. That's what I do.
When
Like,
you joined MIC, did you join as a annual, or how did you get to the lifetime? I'm just kind of curious.
so I start with monthly.
Monthly.
After the first week of watching all Joe Callie's video, I just upgraded myself to lifetime.
So you knew the value right away. So that's good to know, guys.
I
This is
feel like it's just like even just those videos, like now it has that 7 long hour video. Just watching those definitely worth the lifetime. I think people should really just become lifetime if you have the capital.
I'm telling you, man. This is you know what, guys? I swear, me and Fei did not discuss this in advance. This is the first time we talked about this, and so that's why it's very natural. I appreciate that she's being honest. I didn't really know what she was gonna say, to be honest. I have no idea. All she said was, "Val, on Tuesday I'd like to be on." I go, "Cool, come on," because I want to showcase many different types of traders. It's very rare that a female, that is into trading. We have a bunch of females that are great. Sybil, Tay's one of the moderators. This is awesome. So we want to get more females involved because I think females make super traders. And here's one fine example, right? And yeah, anybody have one question for her before we get off? Alex, you have any questions for Faye? Or anybody else? But okay, back to work it is.
Yeah,
Hope you're
I'm going
staying
back to
safe.
work now. Thank you,
Okay.
Bob.
All
Bye.
right, thank you. We'll see you in the chat room. Thanks, Faye. Well, that was pretty cool. I thank God I don't have any PSTI guys. I cancel all that stuff. So $5, maybe it's time for me to go back. But no, I'm gonna keep to the zombie rules. I'm gonna channel Faye. She is super disciplined. Alex is super disciplined. There is a reason why both of them are very successful. No stress. Stick to the process. It's very humble. It's very okay with missing a trade. It's okay with making $0 a day if it does not hit your lines, does not matches your profile. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next edition of IG Live. Hit up Tosh. You have any questions?